Hello, I'm Jac Cox, and this is my Semester Two Audiobook. Text Recontext. We were given a choice of 5 different stories to recontextualize, and I chose Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I reinterpreted the monster as a structure, a house. The idea would be that Dr. Frankenstein's fascination with the reanimation of life would extend as far as becoming a fantasy or a fetishism. My rationalization for the monster becoming a living structure is based on the premise that Frankenstein is compelled to want to inhabit his creation, physically. I started exploring this idea by creating a series of collagraph prints, which you can find in the large black folder within my portfolio. They depict the moment at which Dr. Frankenstein's experiment is struck by lightning and is brought to life. I used cardboard and brown tape to create my image, which was subsequently rubbed with ink and pressed onto damp paper, creating an expressive and interesting series of prints. Manifesto. For our manifesto project, 2 fellow illustrators and I developed characters and costumes that responded to ideas about totalitarian extremist governments throughout history. Our name is Das Neues Perspektiv. On my blog you will find a link to a video in which we performed They Walked in Line by the band Warsaw. We felt that the theme and aesthetic of the band's art resonated with our perception of the brief. My costume represented a fascist frog, and was made to resemble a kind of SS Hugo Boss type thing. Within my portfolio you will find some physical work that I contributed on my behalf as the fascist frog. I have included some texts that I devised in a letterpress workshop, which are commands issued by the fascist frog, and they read as follows. Ridit, hidit, felchlenauf. Kol kinetica, kol kilomniak. Personal project. In a grey folder within my portfolio, you will find 3 prints depicting a dead toad. I am fascinated with death, not so much as a scientific interest, but more so in that I find the whole thing rather comical. My family has always kept healthy gardens, which I appreciate when I regard my upbringing with hindsight. Gardens are places where we experience the essence of the ephemeral in a most fundamental way. The changing seasons bring new life as quickly as it diminishes. I have a memory of my mother and I turning over earth at the allotment. She drove her fork into the ground and upon lifting the dirt revealed a very large dark toad, with a bumpy back and long limbs. The toad was perishing from a significant puncture wound to the abdomen. This I found hysterical. During this task I read Watership Down by Richard Adams, which greatly influenced my general demeanour while creating my dead toad. I chose to produce an etching because I love making prints. The very physicality of creating a piece in this manner allows me to pour more expressive element into my drawings. I also like the way in which I arrive at a more definite conclusion once the blanket is lifted and the image revealed, embossed on the paper.